there, welcome to my channel. My name is Mopilala Akinlaja, and I am thankful that you clicked on this video, and I hope that I'm able to provide you with inspiring content that you can take away from this video, and I hope to provide you with content that makes you better in some way than you were when you first clicked on it. So this is a first of its kind type of video on this channel, and if you look behind me, there is stuff everywhere, excuse me, and that's because I just moved to my new apartment, thank God, and they're fixing things. The reason I bring that up, apart from the obvious fact that there's a huge board behind me and aesthetically it's not pleasing, is I want to provide some context to how hard it was to hit the record button on my camera. So I had a channel a couple years back that I started. They're not that different from the type of content that I'm going to be releasing on this one. I'm just gonna aim to be more thoughtful and strategic about the content that I post here, and to kind of diversify it and, you know, make it nicer. But I was thinking, I was sitting and eating dinner. I'm still not done eating dinner. I was eating dinner and I was thinking about my life. Backstory, I've had a long day today. I was learning something online. I mean, we're still working. It's COVID-19, but we're still working online. So I'm thankful for the opportunity to have a computer, to be able to do some of the work that I'm supposed to do, even though pretty much everywhere is shut down. Things are looking up though. Sorry for the sidetrack. I just feel like it's important in this moment to acknowledge that we are living in an interesting time, and my heart definitely goes out to everyone who's severely impacted by this. And I know that not everyone's having the same experience. Some people are having it way worse than other people, and my heart does go out to people who are not having a good time now, and I really pray to God that things get better for people who are not feeling so great right now. Anyway, so I was at work on my computer most of today learning coding. I'm not good at coding, but I need to know a sizable amount of coding for my research. And so I was trying to learn that with the help of my lab's bioinformatician. And I like to ask a lot of questions. And up until very recently, and when I mean recently, I mean like some minutes ago, I've unquestionably prided myself in the fact that I'm inquisitive and I love to ask questions, but I just realized how I use it kind of as a crutch, and I don't really allow myself to be adventurous, to be daring, and to take risk. So the reason this occurred, one of the reasons this occurred to me was I was working and I was messaging the bioinformatician in my lab, and I was like, hey, how do I do this? This code that I type up, does it look good? Should I hit enter? And in hindsight now, that sounds so silly. Like I should have just hit enter, and if it didn't work, it didn't work. But I was so scared of failing that I had to copy my code and send it to someone else, and whom I thought could give me the security I needed in knowing that it was gonna work before I hit enter. And this person, my bioinformatician, said, why don't you just hit enter or try it out, test it out and see if it works? You're learning after all. It's a learning process. And I didn't realize it then. I was just stressed, and at the end of the day, thankfully, I figured out the thing I was trying to figure out. It took me 8 hours. I'm not even exaggerating. It took me 8 hours of non-stop work to figure out like 6 lines of code. Anyway, I did that, and I like relaxed. I was like, okay, I'm done. I've coded and things are looking good. I'm happy. And at dinner, I started thinking how reflective that little instance is of how I handle my life in general. I'm thinking about everything that I wanted to set up to do, and I've been so scared that if I don't do it just right, it won't work. And I thought again, because I've had this camera up since this week. Today's Thursday here. I don't know when you're going to be watching this, but it's Thursday when I'm shooting this. And I was like, no, it's not ready. There's a board behind me. My apartment is a mess. They're doing construction work around. I don't know what to say. What I say may not be good enough. There's so many people with YouTube channels. Why do I want to say anything? What do I even have to say? So many things. And I think I lied to myself that I just wanted to get it right. But it wasn't about wanting to get it right. It was being really scared that it won't work, that I would suck at yet another thing. Because I don't do anything perfectly. But I always focus on how much of what I do is not perfect. And I fail to see how great what I do actually is. And so I decided to hit that record button this evening to say hi to anyone who's watching this, to say welcome to my channel, because I am making this. I'm creating content. And I don't know how it's going to go. It may fail. It may succeed. But I'm honestly tired of playing it safe. And it sounds really cliche, but I think this is a very practical way in my life that I wanted to play it safe. I wanted to have the camera set up perfectly. I wanted to get the perfect mic, the perfect backdrop. I wanted to watch all the videos about editing, and I wanted to know how everything worked so that when I did it, it would be perfect. But no, it's not going to be perfect. Even with all the equipment in the world, I will never get better unless I try. And it's so crazy. As I talk to you now, I just remember my life and so many things in my life that I have not excelled at, or I haven't improved at, because I want to get it just right before I try. And it's really, really hindering me. This is not a video about how I overcame it. This is me holding myself accountable and saying that I have to do better. And it starts by doing this, something I've wanted to do, because I feel like I have something to say. I've noticed that the way I think, even though I think that the way I think is pretty normal, it's not. It's very different from the way a lot of people think. And I honestly believe that the things I have to say should be heard. I don't think that I know everything. Obviously, I literally just gave you guys a backdrop of how I'm stumbling through life, but God is helping me. Thank God for just being God. But I do believe that there's something in me that got put in me, and that's the reason I still have breath in my lungs. And one of those things is to share my thoughts that I think are important, thoughts that I think have helped me, the way that I look at life, the things that seem weird to me, the things that seem normal to me, the things that I like and dislike. My process and my view, my experience of life, I think it's worth sharing, especially in an age where it's made available, where I can put content like this up and people can watch it, and if they are having questions similar to mine, if they're having struggles similar to mine, if they're not, and they've been through what I'm going through and they want to give encouragement, if it's something that would happen in future. I don't know. All I know in this moment is that everything I've said right now needed to be said. And I took a bold step to set up my camera, set up the tripod, hit record and welcome you to my channel. And I really hope that this is not the last of it. I think I owe it to myself every day that I'm given breath to show up. And that could mean failing at coding repeatedly until I get it right. Or hitting this record button while I figure out this whole vlogging thing. Or getting started on my blog that I abandoned years ago. Or doing a bunch of the many things that I gave up on because I didn't think I did it well enough. And I hope that you're able to be encouraged by my resolve to do better. Not to be perfect, but to do better, to try. And what doing better looks like is different for all of us. Tomorrow, for you, it might mean getting out of bed 30 minutes earlier than you normally would. It might mean sleeping in. I don't know what it means for you, but I want to challenge you to believe in yourself and to not be afraid to make mistakes, because it is a lie from hell that your mistakes make you less of a person than you are. No, mistakes are how you learn. My little brother told me something that I thought I knew, but I had to be reminded of. And I'll paraphrase. It was, pain is essentially the evidence that you're growing. And it's true. When you suck at stuff, it's just an opportunity for you to get better at it. So I invite you to come alongside me as I suck at many things so that we can get better at these things. Welcome to the gig. And hopefully in my next video, I'm going to explain to you a little bit about what the gig is. And I really hope that you stay with me on this journey. I would be really thankful if you like the video, if you can subscribe to my channel, and if you can share this with someone that you think may benefit from watching it. So that's the end of my ramble. I hope it helped you today, and my next video hopefully will contain more information about the approach that I want to take with this channel. So until next time, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is where you are. Yeah, bye. Hi, welcome to my channel, The Gig. My name is Mukbilola Akinlaja, and I am a person, obviously, but, and not but.